Hi, I'm Andrew Holzman. I'm a counselor and a therapist at Family Tree Counseling Associates. I'm calling this video How Your Family Kills You. And that's kind of a very strange title because families try to be loving, most families try to be loving and caring and be there for their kids. Um, Even a family that does that, and even if your family is a pretty strong family and a pretty good family, in subtle ways you're going to get hurt by being in your family. The values in your family are going to affect you. And the way I focus on it in my work is how it affects relationships. Relationships are interesting, of course, because they're, in my estimation, the way that most of us deal with our issues and our family of origin issues, the ways that we're wanting, the ways that we're hurting come out in our intimate relationship with our spouse, with our partner, with our children as well. So anything that any person we're very close to is going to affect us strongly. That's obvious. And the intimacy of a relationship, a day-to-day marriage or partner relationship brings up all of those subtle ways that your family has affected you. Whether you're very close to your family or you're very distant from your family, whether you think you're exactly alike your family and you work in the family business and you're just like your dad or you're just like your mom, or you're far away and you do something, you've left home at 16 never to look back, you're affected and you're emotionally affected. You can't get away from your family by leaving because your family is in you. That's the statement. The family is in you and they're not going away until you're actually working on them. So I often watch those TV shows like the police procedurals, like Dateline or 48 Hours or The First 48 or 60 Minutes, something like that, and they're doing a crime show. And when they're doing a crime show, somebody's murdered, somebody is betrayed. And I think, as I'm watching those shows, that the family in many ways has set this person up. Not on purpose, of course. They don't want their child or their spouse to be killed. But the values that are given out in our families and how we interpret those values. So it's a twofold process. It's not just our family, what they're doing, but who we are. So that's the thing we have control over, of course, of who we are. And I think that's the thing that people can deal with in recovery, in therapy. So if you're with someone who has betrayed you over and over again, or someone who has a family someplace else, or someone who cheats on you constantly. And I see folks like this, and they make these choices to stay with these people. Why are they staying with these people? Well, often it can be traced back to your family of origin and the values of possibly money and success and um, just being in a place where you're very comfortable, which feels very safe to you physically and financially, but not emotionally. You're not having a gut check. You're not dealing with what's inside of you. So on this channel, we often talk about narcissistic abuse syndrome, narcissistic abuse. And if someone is being narcissistically abused, it's because in many ways they've been set up by their family of origin to expect that kind of treatment and to deal with their not deal with their feelings really, but deal with their feelings in that way by confrontation and drama and abuse and all the things that lead to, in these crime shows, someone being killed or someone being betrayed or something happens that before the terrible event happens, they certainly have indicators and indications that this person has a family someplace else, or this person has cheated many times, or there's abuse in the relationship where the police are called. And I see this in my work. There's lots of indicators that the relationship is terrible, and people keep with it because of loyalty, they keep with it because of the children, they keep, and also because maybe that's what they expect out of a relationship. So if you put aside all those other things, which some people can get out of a relationship, even with children, even with, losing financial support because the relationship is just so destructive to them. And those people are very brave. But if it's hard to do, that has something to do with internal work. And the internal work, again, traces back to who we are. And so families can subtly hurt us that way by stressing certain values, stressing the values of success and money and the inability really to talk with your family, your parents about what's inside of you. I think every child has emotion. If you're healthy, obviously there are some people who are just too far gone or unhealthy at the beginning. But most of us are healthy, and we have feelings about the people we're dealing with, if we're being bullied, if we're being hurt, even if our grades are not up to par and we're scared. And if we don't feel like we can talk with our parents, or we have no one to confide in, then how does that affect a person? Well, it affects a person strongly. A lot of folks just don't feel trusting and feel safe, and they don't expect that, even though they think they are getting it. They don't expect that on some level in the relationship, and it fouls them up. And so they go for the things that they've been trained to get, which are success and monetary support and the things that look good on the outside. And these are great things. Everyone needs them. They're part of the whole package. But if your gut is telling you that this person is dangerous and this person is scary and this person is not supportive and not trustworthy, then I know that is more important than the other. I've seen some brave people get out of financially secure situations because of finally finding what's in their gut and finding what's healthy for them and hopefully working on finding themselves. It's really about individuation, which just means finding who you are, being a separate person, not counting on someone else to save you or be there for you if you can't be there for yourself. So that's the work of all of this. Is if your family is killing you because your family is inside of you, they're not really killing you, but they're inside of you, and that soul deadening piece is there, then that's the part to look at. The part to look at, that what has kept you from making the right choices or taking the right chances, either way. So thank you for listening. I'm Andrew Holzman. If you wish to call me, 317-457-8668, or A. Holzman, Holzman 2 at Comcast.net. And look forward to hearing from you. Goodbye.